Thank you for watching the TDC Hot Rods YouTube channel.
Well, the golf cart is back in the shop. So, in this video, I want to do my opinion and the things that I like and don't like about this Amazon special cheap lithium battery, the XRH battery, and just give you guys his opinion on it. So, just to recap, it is let me take this seat off real quick. This thing, it's in my way. So, as you can see, we got the Amazon special XRH Chinese lithium battery that I have built a little cage to set the battery down in there. And then my cart is a resistor cart. So the resistors used to be right there, bolted to that angle bracket. And I took them off, mounted them over here, which all of this wiring I kept the same. The only thing I had to replace was the feed to leave from the coils to the battery. This is factory wiring, all this is factory, it's all factory stuff. So, to start off by saying, this is a 36 volt cart, 36 volt resistor cart with a 51.2 volt, or they call it a 48 volt LiPo battery in it. It has a 200 amp BMS in it, and a max discharge rate of 100 amp. So that's what made me choose this battery, is I thought it would work pretty good in the golf cart, and it turns out it is phenomenal. Like, it totally changed this cart. So originally, with me, my wife, and my son on here with the back seat on it, we could do like, our town is kind of angled. So to the south, our town goes up in elevation, and then north it goes down. It's not a ton, but we could only do like 8 miles an hour up. And if we were lucky, we could see like 13, 14 coming down the street. Well, with the battery in it, we can do 19 miles an hour up, and it doesn't matter whether it's I can add another adult to it, it'll still do 19 miles an hour up. And then coming down, we'll do 25. That is stock, everything in it except for the lithium battery. That is a bone stock 36 volt cart except for the lithium battery. So, turn that thing down so then you guys can hear me. So, I absolutely love it. I think for the money, for the price of that single battery, the price is phenomenal. I got rid of, I actually weighed it, and now that I'm saying this, I should have took a look at those notes, but I got rid of a ton of weight, a whole bunch of weight. It simplified everything. It makes it way funner to drive. So that's what I was so good at. Going from 36 volt to 51, the amount of instant torque when you hammer on the throttle is insane. So that is what I would say is the downfall, depending on who you are. My wife doesn't like the torque. She likes the top speed and she likes the power that it has because we can tow a trailer with it. We can fold this thing down and have a truck bed, which she uses it for the garden and stuff like that. And I also gotta say, this thing literally gets driven every single day. Every day it gets driven somewhere. We use it around town, I use it around the yard, around the shop. Shoot, I towed a little trailer with it to move things around, went and got dirt with it. Anyways, lots of stuff. Back to the negative side of it. The downfall is the amount of torque that it has right off the get-go. My wife doesn't necessarily love, because if you stand on it hard, it'll jerk your neck pretty good. And she doesn't really love that. On the flip side, that's my favorite part, is I've had the back here scrape the ground many times. If I'm on concrete with an adult and enough weight up here, I can stand on it and it'll pull the front end up to scrape the back. That being said, this cart was already pretty rough when I got it. I have broke it here and here and there, and this gap has changed many times. So that's the downfall, is my heavy foot and having fun trying to ride wheelies has broke the front end of this. But the battery itself is super awesome, super awesome. Now, people had their concerns on a few different things about it. I definitely have my concern with having lithium battery. So I would say that if you're going to switch to lithium, definitely do your research on it and see if that's something that you're gonna want. This has a BMS in it, so hopefully it never ever catches on fire, but lithium battery fires are a real thing, so you should definitely look into that. The other thing that I love about lithium, and it's not just this battery, but I am talking about this battery, is it will keep the voltage the same from the start of when you first start driving till the end. It just keeps it on a plateau, and then when it dies, it dies. Now that's also a downfall because we've been driving it and it just quit, and we pushed it back to the house to charge it. On that note, but with the original batteries, you could only drive, I think I could get like 8 miles if I was lucky, and that was slow miles. It was very slow. This one, I've never tried to see how many miles I could go, but I've done a math on how many miles we drove it all over around town, and I'm sure that battery would get me about 50 miles of range on one charge, which is awesome. I do charge it every night just to keep it perked up, but anyways, let me show you guys a couple of other things I did and things that people had a concern with, and I'm just going to talk to you about that on my particular cart and what has happened. So it come with the battery and the charger. So I mounted the charger inside and then cut the power cord down. It originally had eyelets on it with a big long line. I cut that down to put it here. I have planned on cleaning all this up from day one. Everything here was supposed to be temporary. Well, we now have a totally new plan because I was going to paint this cart and do a whole bunch of stuff. I'll talk about that later. So I mounted the battery charger in here, and then I got on Amazon and bought one of these receptacles that I could also trim this wiring, trim the power cord for the charger down, and it plugs in there. So it's just super clean. I can pull up, plug it in. I think it's way easier having it on board. The wife doesn't have to try to move a battery charger around or whatever. Anyways, that part is super awesome. The other concern people had was that I was going to burn up these coils. So I don't have years on these coils. I have a season on them, but they do get significantly hotter with 52 volts rather than the 36 that originally come in them. But that being said, my son drives this thing around the yard all the time. I drive it wide open a lot. He never does. He's very respectful with it and understands it's got a lot of power. And so he is using those resistor coils to their max. Like, he will hook onto a trailer and tow it around. And this coil here, that baby will be red hot. But I've not burnt them up at all. Not saying that won't happen with you. Maybe your coils aren't in the best of condition to start with. I thought these were pretty good, but I haven't had any issues with them. I did clean up all of the connections when I put it together to make sure that it was top notch. The other concern was the V-Glide. I just had this apart earlier before the video. Take a look at it. This looks in the video like it's burnt, but it is not. Let's see. The concern was that I was to burn this V-Glide up. And once again, not saying that I'm not going to, but as of yet, and I don't even know how many times I've charged that battery. A lot. There's been a lot of use run through it. And I haven't had any issues with the V-Glide at all. What other concerns were there? I don't remember. But also, to recap, the solenoid that's in here, that's what it looks like, but it is a heavy duty solenoid. I do not think the factory one would have held up at all. I think it would have burnt up or stuck and caused people not to be able to shut it down, which wouldn't be good. So I put the heavy duty solenoid on it. It's a 400 amp solenoid. You can buy those on Amazon also. Yeah, it works great. So, yeah. Once again, I was going to clean up all this wiring. Not going to anymore. Because the cart was already kind of rough, and I made it worse. My wife didn't break any of it. It's her cart, but I was the one that was wheeling it around and putting my buddies on it, having a good time, and broke the cart. So I got her another one that is in way, way better shape. This one, the body's all beat up. The tires aren't that great. Like, look at the gouges in this thing. It is not in very good shape. But the other one I got is super clean. It's in very, very good. The body's phenomenal. The chassis on this one has been welded before a few times. That one looks brand new. It looks super, super good. This one, the go button and the stop button are all wore out. The other car, I can't wait to get it in here. I should just be showing you guys that, but it's in way better shape. We'll get to that later. But overall, I just gotta say, the battery upgrade, 100% worth the money to me. For what we use it for, that is the best thing I ever did to this car. It totally changed it and made it way, way funner to drive, way better to cruise across town. We literally use it every day. I know I've said that a lot, but it's true. We use it every day, unless if we're out of town, then it doesn't get used. But other than that, it gets used a lot. So hopefully that answers some questions for everybody that has asked them in the past and wondered how much I love the battery now that I have some time with it. And I don't see any downsides to it. Now, I haven't had it for 4 or 5 years, so maybe that will be a good video to do in the future. But for right now, this battery is awesome. So awesome that I have another one for my wife's other cart. And then this cart will be mine. But that's in a future video, but that video is coming very soon. I got all kinds of stuff ready for that one to start on it. So that one's coming very soon. But this cart has been fantastic. 36 volt resistor cart, 1992 or 94 resistor cart with a cheap Amazon Chinese lithium battery, XRH brand. I think that brand is fantastic. I wanted to give them a shot. I love it. I'm glad I did. It's been great. That being said, end the video here, and we will see you guys on the next one. And it's going to be a good one, so stay tuned. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Remember, it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost you a dime. Just got to click the button and know that you won't miss one of my videos. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and we will see you on the next one.